podcast time. That's right. I bought something. That something is this. And this was like, yummy. Let me create a podcast based off this. And now, here's the thing. I have no one to talk to because there is no one to talk to, essentially. At the moment, anyway. There probably will be people, but, based. One could say very based. I feel like a comedian with this thing. It's just like, what's the deal with, airline food? You know what I mean? You just like, you're playing with the cord or whatever. I realize the frame rate also on my camera is absolute garbage because I'm on my laptop. But yeah, podcast time. Funny Mike podcast time. Maybe I need to turn down my audio a little bit. Just gotta turn it down just a tad. Just a little bit so it's not like I'm booming in your ears. I'm very curious if my chat box works. It's not even in the right position because great. I'm gonna hold this in my mouth. Okay, now the chat should be in place. Let me just do a test. Should show up, hopefully. I see it. Yes, there it is. It's very small. Boy, why is it so small? Oh my goodness, it's so small. Maybe you should change that. This is all stuff I definitely should have, figured out, by the way. Definitely should have figured out. Let me bump up the font size. See if that does anything. It's like a 25. Let's bump it up to like 50 something. Yeah, let's see. Let me test. Oh. Wow. Oh, there's two of them. That's weird. Why are there two of them? Get rid of one. Yes. There we go. Now it's a little bigger. It's a little bigger. Anyway, yeah. So, based podcast. It's a little weird. Yeah, it looks stretched for some reason. Hold on. Maybe I can change that. There we go. That's better. That's better. There we go. I don't know why, but it should be fixed now. Anyway, cool fun things. Well, not really. I don't have anything planned. I just was like, you know what? I'm bored. I have a rare opportunity. It's like it's a cigarette, by the way. Tiny Mike podcast. I didn't really plan anything. I literally just bought this, and I was like, I should do something with it, and I think that thing should be a podcast because I also get kind of bored up here during the weekdays. I mean, the last 3 days, I guess. Well, today's Wednesday. No, today's Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday. Up here, I mean, you guys can probably tell. You've seen me wear sweatshirts, and back at my home, I have like a banner on the door behind me. Not this door, but back at my house. I go to Cornell University. I mean, there's a mug just right off camera that says it. And during the weekday, since I'm an architecture major, I'm usually busy as hell. And yeah, the last 3 days, maybe not so much Tuesday. I mean, Tuesday I went home at like 10:30 from my work desk or whatever. But the last 2 days ish, 3 days, I've been going home, aka this room, at 12:31 in the morning because there's just so much work. And today I find myself not having as much work, and I was getting some materials for something that I have tomorrow, and I was doing it on my desk and whatnot. And while I was getting those materials, I saw this little guy in a little package thing, and I was like, ooh. So I bought it, and I put together a bunch of stuff. And by a bunch of stuff, I mean literally just everything you're seeing on screen right now. I quickly made the little Tiny Mike logo thing, found a background, found a border, kind of redid my camera a little bit so it looks decent. Wow, Ludwig just went online and he's just chatting, and he already has 472 people, and I got 3. Real. The cool thing is, you know what I did? Really cool thing. It is very cute, Mike, by the way. It's like I have massive hands. This thing's like not even the size of my thumb. Look at that. Isn't that funny? It's funny. I wrote a piece of music. I composed a piece of music for this podcast. It's very dramatic. And since I don't have money to pay like for a full music creation subscription, it's just like piano and violin, I think. Or something like that. Maybe it's a cello. But I composed a piece of music as an intro to this because I'm also going to post this stuff on Team Buster. But literally, I composed a piece of music, so I'm going to play it because it's actually, I'm very proud of it because it sounds pretty damn good, not going to lie. I just got to find it. It's probably my documents. Where is it? Should be under T's because it's Tiny Mike. Here we go. Tiny Mike intro. Listen to this. It's actually legitimately good. Turn up my desktop audio. Nope, don't play it. Don't play it. No, don't play it. Don't play it yet. Not yet. Turn up my desktop audio so you guys can hear this. From the beginning. That's it. It's like 20 seconds, and I'm in love with it. I actually think it's legit dope music. I made it, so it's even cooler. But yeah, like this thing's going up on Team Buster, our YouTube channel. And I was like, because I streamed like 2-3 weeks ago. Something like that. I played Valorant with my sister, Fembot Games. Go subscribe to her actually, because she's an affiliate now. So good on her for putting in the work. Am I right? But yeah, go sub to her. I don't have any. You can't sub to me, so I mean, follow me, but sub to her. Give her your money. She's in chat right now. She's one of my moderators. We connected by blood, homie. Drop the mic. No, I'm not gonna drop the mic. Oh, this was like $5. It's actually funny how cheap this was. Yeah, I was playing Valorant with her, and I hate Valorant. I don't like it personally. I think it's a good game. Don't get me wrong, but I do not like the gameplay of it. I don't know. It just feels like repetitive, like Overwatch. I used to play Overwatch all the time, but it had a little, bit of differentiation in the gameplay. Valorant is the same thing over and over again, I feel. And, I like Minecraft, and some people can say the same thing about Minecraft, but I think Minecraft, no, I do not love Valorant. Minecraft has a little bit more creativity to it, so I actually might play that after this, because I'm on Call Me Carson's sub server, and I really want to play Minecraft. I haven't played it in a week. Well, what was I doing with? Oh, right. So I streamed like 2-3 weeks ago. I don't know when the last time when I streamed, but I got like 3 or 4 new followers during that, and I was like, damn, I forgot how much I love streaming. It's just like I have fun during it. I do not have time to stream. I just don't. So I can't do it all the time because I'm just so busy. I mean, winter break's coming up, but I say I might stream during winter break, but I know. I'm gonna have stuff to do. I'm gonna, probably try to hang out with my friends. My parents will make me do some work. I'm sure I'm gonna move somebody into their house. So yeah, I'm sure I'm not gonna have as much time as I think I am gonna have to stream. Just saying. But I really want to get back into it. It's just I'm so busy all the time that I can't. So hopefully, hopefully I'll be able to get back into streaming. Um, that's my point, and I figured the easiest way to do it. Um, I just lost my train of thought completely. Oh, the easiest way for me to do it is to do like a podcast because I don't have to think about what games to play. Almost, I could just talk about whatever the hell I want. And to be honest, like I got friends up here, but I don't see them a lot because they're busy and I'm busy and people just busy up here in an Ivy League. I'm just gonna put that on the table. I mean, college all around, but people are busy up here, and so I don't get to see them all that much, and so I don't have much time to talk to them. And most of my friends are also a part of like a club that I participate in, and so when I do see them, it's usually mostly business about the club. But that regardless, so I don't really get to talk to many people, other than maybe some people in my studio, and we're chummy, but we're not like I don't know. I wouldn't say we're friends. I mean, maybe I'm friendly, but we're usually just working. So like to talk to somebody, I could talk to you guys. And by you guys, it's really honestly just my sister. Hey, hi, but you know, I think this is a good platform. I've always wanted to do a podcast, something I can do regularly. By the way, there's no scheduling. This isn't like, oh, every Thursday I'm going to do a podcast. Absolutely not. I cannot guarantee that I will be able to come to my dorm at a reasonable time and do a podcast. That's just I can't say that. So it's just going to be on when I can. I will. And maybe I'll like schedule some stuff if I want to have a guest on or whatever, but let's be honest, I'm not really going to I'm not really going to be able to do this all that often. But I can. Because otherwise, I really would only do either a speed run for Peeb or I would just play Minecraft. Because that's really all I do. By the way, can you hear that? I guess you can't hear that. There's people in the hallway. I mean, it's a dorm, so I mean, you got to kind of expect people are in the hallway. Um, But geez, what to talk about? Crippling loneliness. There's always that. That's always a fun topic. Crippling loneliness. I'm trying to get affiliate on Twitch. That's another thing. Um, yeah. Check. Yeah, just drop the mic. Drop the mic. This good clip. Maybe. I don't know. If I feel like it, I will. As of now, I will not. I'll do it later. But shoot, I'm already off topic, or there's really no topic, but I don't remember what I was gonna say. God damn it. Um, poopy in my pants. Oh, what am I gonna talk about? Right. This crippling loneliness. It's always a fun subject. Is it bad? That's the only thing I can think of. By the way, what should I talk about? We could talk about the political situation in America. Maybe not. Maybe we should just talk about the dope shirt or really the weird combination of what I'm wearing. By the way, this is awful. By the way, there's another thing you'll see. There's a mic on my headset. I use it to stream all the time, but I'm still using this because it's the gimmick for the podcast. So just so everybody knows. But let's just talk about what I'm wearing for a moment because it's absolute garbage. By the way, okay. First things first. Let's start with the shoes. Camera's right there. I am wearing. I forgot my camera is like angled. I'm wearing flip flops, sandals or whatever, with planet socks because why not? I'm wearing vertically striped pajama pants because it's 45 degrees here, and then on top of that, I am wearing a very thin hoodie. I'm not even in frame. A very thin hoodie with a hood, and over that, I am wearing a very mosaic Starry Night-esque inspired shirt with cats on it because I'm Shaft Cat. Even if like even if this is a podcast almost unrelated to like my streaming content, well, even though I'm streaming it on my channel, still shaft cat all the way. Gotta wear the cats, man. They're everywhere on this thing. See, there's another cat on the sleeve right there. Why not the fish flops? Because the fish flops. Okay, Fembot is referring to something very specific that's in my closet over there. I'm not gonna go get them because the mic doesn't reach as far. This is as far as the mic goes. So I'm not gonna move past this point unless I'm desperately thirsty for something in my mini fridge. But even then, I have an ice right here. I like drinking them. No sponsorship. Nobody would want to sponsor this shit anyway. And it's a specific set of shoes she got me before I went off to college. Last year. I'm only a sophomore. She got them for me for Christmas. The first semester of college, I didn't do here on campus. I did it digitally online in Zoomland because we had that option, and my family didn't really want me to travel, so I stayed at home for the first semester. May I add, absolutely nailed it. The second semester I ended up going off, but that was after Christmas. And so my sister gave me these fish flops that are sandals, basically like the ones I'm wearing, except they are a green bass. And you wear them, they're like rubber. They don't really fit me all that well, but that's because I have monstrous feet. They're just huge feet. You pay me a little bit if you want my premium Snapchat, for premium foot pics. That's a joke. But basically, you'll know exactly. Yeah, nobody wants to see my feet. If you've seen a German sausage, my feet look like that. It's weird. I'm going to stop talking about my feet. I'm going to go back to the shoes. Anyway, they're rubber, and I was like, you know what? I can use these as my shower shoes, because I needed shower shoes anyway, and, they work, so shower shoes. Also, and as much as I like wearing weird, clothing and whatnot, it's kind of just like a gimmick or whatever, because when I was younger, we went to a middle, high school, and elementary school that required you to wear a uniform. You had to wear the uniform, otherwise you got detention. And so every time, I got the chance on campus to not have to wear the uniform, or just, whenever I went out, I wore something relatively eccentric, often a Hawaiian shirt, because that just became my style. I have a ton of them in my closet, which is not going to be of any use to me, by the way, up here, because it's, like I said, 45 degrees. 45 degrees right now up here. So, short sleeve shirts ain't going to do much in terms of the coldness. But anyway, I wore them a lot. And so, even though I like wearing eccentric things, I'm not going to wear fish sandals in public. Especially because they don't really fit all that well. Like, they're only practical for, maybe wearing them inside your dorm if you have to wear shoes. Even then, I already have the pair that I'm wearing. And I have other slippers. So, I already have shoes that are better than the fish flops. So, it just made sense to me. Since they're rubber, I will wear them as shower shoes, because I share a shower with everybody on my hall, and I'm not going barefoot in a college bathroom. May I add just how... Okay, let's be fair. Here on my campus, the bathroom situation is honestly not that bad. It's really not. They keep it very tidy. They clean it once a week. Yeah, thanks. Maybe just keep me playing in the background, for some reason. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, they keep the bathroom relatively clean, which is nice because it's very gross otherwise, because it's a bunch of college students who don't give a shit about cleaning up a bathroom everybody's gonna use. So there's that. That was a gross sound. Sorry. But there are moments where they clean the bathroom every week or so. There are moments where, and this is pretty grody, there are hairballs in the shower. Like large hairballs. Also, another problem up here is because it's so cold outside, the insects want to come into the buildings inside, which is not good for the occupants of the building. Also, the heat in this building is incredible for the winter, man. I mean, the heater in my room doesn't really work, so it's like constantly cold in my room, but that's fine. I like the cold. But the rest of the building is relatively warm. It was built in 1913. It is a brick building, so it keeps the inside decently warm. And you know what likes to come inside during the winter? Spiders. Do you also want to know what I subsequently hate the most? Spiders. And I counted just, maybe like an hour before I went on here. There are 13 spiders in our bathroom right now. No hairballs. That was like 2 weeks ago. And also some guy like randomly kept pissing on the toilet seat and didn't clean it up. So every so often you had to clean up someone else's pee, which is just so gross. Clean the toilet seats, kids, or lift it while you go to the bathroom if you're a gentleman. But it was just nasty. And the spiders freak me out because they're everywhere, like above the sink, under the sink, around the toilets. I went into the shower and there was one hanging by the air vent. And I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'5", so my head is almost hitting the curtain rod and stuff. And so I'm getting really close to these spiders, and I just don't like it. And I want to burn the bathroom down. I want to cleanse the building. But obviously that's arson, and I can't do that. But I do want to kill the spiders. Here's the thing, though. I can't kill the spiders. And you want to know why? Because there is a literal committee in my dorm house that is dedicated to saving the spiders. Why? There's spiders. There's plenty of them. They're gross. I don't want them near me when I am naked showering. That is just gross. Ew. I mean, on average, like a human eats really just a spider crawls into their mouth like 8 times in their entire life. And I feel like that number and that's the average, may I add. So there's people that have, I don't know, like 50 maybe. I don't know. That's probably an outlier. But there are so many spiders in this building. I would not be surprised if some have crawled into my mouth. And that thought really upsets me. Oh God, it upsets me so badly. But you gotta live with it because otherwise, dorm will kick you out or whatever. So I don't know if they'll kick me out for killing spiders, but I'm gonna upset several people that are on this committee. Yeah, it's just bad. It's a bad situation, and I don't particularly want to deal with the spiders. Sorry, I'm getting messages on the Discord. No, I see the clip. I'm not gonna play the clip right now, but whatever. But yeah, seriously, what should I talk about? Swinging around. Oh, you know what I'm probably gonna do? Now that I see the really just shit quality of the camera on my laptop. I have like a shadow that is a blur constantly. Like, look, that's just bad. So I need to get a webcam. And I don't know when I'm gonna be able to go to like the mall at any point because I mean, here where I am right now, there is almost nothing. There's a downtown area, but it's mostly like arts and crafts stores kind of stuff. And by that I mean like thrift stores and whatnot. You're not gonna find a webcam there. There's one place that I know of, and that is a Best Buy in the very not rundown, but very empty and vacant mall. There's probably like 50, probably 60 plus storefronts in this mall, and I'd say probably 20 of them are taken. It's really bad. I mean, there's nothing going on in this city, so I'd have to go all the way to Best Buy, and I don't drive. I don't have a car. The walk is too far, so I'd have to take the bus, and that's something I just don't particularly like doing. Is taking the bus, and it's like a 15-minute bus drive. So I'm just sitting in the bus like a jackass, please don't get close to me, COVID, that kind of stuff. I don't know why I did that, but I don't like taking the bus is my point. And so I'd have to do that to go to the mall to get a camera. But I do need a camera because I do take Zoom classes still. I mean, I don't have to. It's an option for me. All of my classes are in person. One of them is a hybrid class. You can take it online or in person. I took it in person for the first couple days, but I decided like halfway through the semester I don't particularly like waking up super early in the morning and having to walk uphill because there's a lot of mountains and hills around here. So if I can take it from my room, that's great. And I have my camera on, and it's a pretty crappy camera. I mean, it's an Alienware laptop, but it is not a great camera. Most integrated cameras to computers aren't. They're just kind of there to get you through. Um, and it does that. It's running it relatively fine, but it could be a lot better. Is my point. It could be a lot better. Um, so I think just getting myself a cheap-ish webcam that kind of works better would be nice. I have one back at home. Honestly, what I should do is I should buy a good one here, and then when I go home for winter break, is swap it out with the one that I have up there, and then take the one that I have there and bring it with me back here. Because why not? And well, I'm here most of the time now. Honestly, I mean, I kind of split my time between where I am now and like my home. I don't know why it took me so long to think of my home. It's where I've lived my entire life. Um, but like I'm only there for summer and winter break. Really, I'm not even there for Thanksgiving. We're meeting like at a halfway point this year, which kind of sucks. I mean, it's nice the place that we're meeting, but I want to go home. Not because like I miss home. Obviously, I miss home. I miss my parents. I miss my sister. But I want to see my cats. Oh my god! Like, yes, I miss my parents. Obviously, duh. But I have like a wall over here that just has like I don't know 20 pictures of my cats on them. I miss them so much. Holy crap! Like the one thing that I miss most, and I'm sorry, mom and dad, if you ever see this, and I'm sorry, D, if you ever see this. Well, I mean, you might be watching. I don't know. Or you said you left. I don't care. I miss my cats probably the most out of everything. Like I can talk to my parents. I can FaceTime my parents. I can't do that with my cats or whatever. Because like the most important thing about my parents is their personalities or whatnot and how we talk or whatever. But with my cats, it's like I want to cuddle with you and pet you, and I don't have the ability to do that where I am. And so when I go home for Thanksgiving, I'm not even going home. That's the point. I'm not going home for Thanksgiving. And so I won't be able to, touch my cat, snuggle my cat, all the things that you would think of cats with cats. Shaft cat, that's me. The point is I miss my cats. And I can't see them during Thanksgiving. So I have to wait till like mid-December until I can go home and just be like, and the thing is, one of my cats is just antisocial with everybody. He hates everybody except me. So he's just a dick to anybody that comes into my room except me. And you can tell he's very I have a camera that monitors my cat in my room because he has the tendency to pee the bed. Well, really, he just pissed anywhere because he's just a dick. Honestly, he's a devil cat. I love him to death, but he has a pee problem. So I have a camera monitoring him, so if I see that he pees, I can tell my parents or whatever. Shut up, Alexa. Shut up. Bad. See, Jeff Bezos is listening to me, and I know he is. Sorry, Jeff, but like, get back on your penis rocket and go to the moon or whatever the hell you did. But I miss my cats, and I can watch my cat, and I can tell he's very sad and depressed that I'm not there because like, my sister goes in. He hates my sister, by the way, unless I am not there, and then which he tolerates people. Shut up, Jeff Bezos. So I can tell that he's very sad or whatever. My sister and my mom give him some love. He's not a big fan of my dad, but sometimes my dad will go in there and pet him. But like you could tell my cat's depressed, and I feel really bad about that. And so I really want to see him. And the thing is, I'm in a dorm that does not allow pets unless I am a senior RA, and then I get like my own little apartment in the dorm building, and then I can keep pets here. The problem I have with that is that I don't want to put my cat through a 22-hour car drive to get up here. That's cruel to keep him in a cage. He's a big cat too. He's a heavy boy. Or I don't want to put him in a plane ride because it'll freak him the hell out. And I feel like that's just torturous. And then additionally on top of that, I'd be locked. Well, he already is kind of locked in one room in my house because he used to pee everywhere. So we were like punishment time. And so we locked him in my room. But like the room I have here is infinitely smaller than what I have back at home. I mean, my room back at home is probably twice the size of this room. And may I add, this is not a big room. So I'm not saying my room back at home is massive. But like, it's bigger than this space, and I'm sure the apartment that I would get would be big, but it wouldn't be, like, great for my cat. And I don't really want to put him through that. And if I had an apartment, like, outside of the dorm building, which I thought I've gotten, I lost my train of thought. I got asked, that's what I was looking for. I got asked to maybe share an apartment with not even my friend's boyfriend. Like, okay, I guess. I'm still thinking about it because it'd be nice to have a little bit bigger space. It's a little bit more. I mean, I have a single room, so it's not like I can't do whatever I want. But at the same time, the whole building is a public space, with the exception of my room, and even in my room, the walls are like paper thin. So it'd be nice to have a little bit more of a private-esque space, but at the same time, like, I kind of like it here. I've already been here for a year-ish, maybe a little bit more at this point, and so I kind of vibe with the building and whatnot. And I got a good thing going on in this room, and I can squat here, so it's not like I can lose it. But yeah, I don't know. I really want to see my cats, is my point, and I miss them. I'm trying to convince my family to bring one of our cats up with them to the place we're going for Thanksgiving, because it wouldn't be my big boy, but it would be my little man, as I like to call him. I mean, the cat's name is Obama, and he's also one of my boys. Okay, so my family has several cats, and by several I mean like 5 or 6 outside, and then like 3 inside. We used to have 4 inside, but sadly one of them passed recently. She was like 15 years old or something. She was old. She had health problems. It was my sister's cat. She loved her to death. Sadly, she got really sick and like blind and whatnot, and so we were like, okay, she's clearly in a state where she's suffering. So we gotta, kill her. I'm not going to sugarcoat it where we put her down, but it's just killing her, which is very sad because she was a very kind, sweet cat. So not to put, down the vibe of the stream and the podcast, dead animals. No, but we used to have more cats, is my point. But we have 3 cats currently inside. Lucky, who is specifically my cat. He's the, big, mean. He's a dick, really, to everybody except for me. Even to me, he can be a bit of a dick. But the point is, I love him. He's big devil man, little devil cat. Then we have the second oldest, is Obama, who originally was going to be my cat, but an outdoor cat. But I just raised him to be so friendly. Like, literally, you could just go into my yard. I thought this was funny. But you can go into my yard and just go, Obama, Obama, where are you, Obama? Or like the 44th president of the United States, Obama, where are you? And I kid you not, this kitten would come trotting up to you from God knows where and would just be like, meow, 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 and like snuggle with you and whatnot. He was a great cat. He still is a great cat. Anyway, we brought him inside. In the situation to which we brought him inside, I will go over. But the youngest cat in our house currently is one of our newer cats, Guppy, which is my sister's cat. We kind of brought her in as a transition. We knew Elphaba, which is the old one that we had to put down. We knew Elphaba was going out the door. She was like 15. We were like, yeah, she's basically up there, and we know she's going soon. Yeah. let's bring in another one that my sister loves. So we got Guppy, or we didn't get Guppy. She was in our yard. I think the only cat we actually adopted was Lucky. Huh. Interesting. I just thought about it, like, because like the rest are like really friendly. I mean, Elphaba was not a friendly cat. Well, I mean, she was to my sister. She was genuinely friendly. She was more scared. She was a literal scaredy cat. Let's put it that way. She was a literal scaredy cat. But all of the other cats have been incredibly friendly, except for Lucky. But anyway, Guppy's our newest indoor cat. We actually think we might be bringing in another one because my sister is going to take Guppy with her when she moves out, which is going to happen in like December. So when I say earlier, I might not be able to stream in December, it's because I'm going to be moving her into her house. But yeah, she's going to take Guppy with her. So we'll only have 2 cats in the house. Obama will be alone, which is really sad for Obama. Because Obama loves to have another cat around, loves to make friends. Like Lucky was still like a house cat, full house cat, when we brought in Obama. And Lucky is not friendly. He really isn't. He likes to be alone. He doesn't like to be bothered. He only really likes me. And so, he wasn't a big fan of when Obama came in the house, and Obama was like, meow, 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 let's be friends. And Lucky was like, fuck off. No, get away from me. Let me lay in my sunbeam and be the fat ass that I am. And Obama was just like, play with me, please. And Lucky was just like, I'm going to claw this bitch's eyes out. I swear to God, I swear. If I had claws, which I do not, I would kill this man. I would kill this man. And then we put Lucky in my room. Not because he wasn't getting along with Obama. Like, they kind of ended up getting along in a long run. But because, like I said earlier, he was peeing everywhere. So Obama didn't really have anybody to hang out with in the house. And eventually we brought in Guppy. And immediately they became friends. Like, it was so fast. Like, they had a very loving relationship. Obama would clean Guppy and whatnot. It was adorable. But yeah, so... there's another kitten that we had, like, one of our friends, one of my sister's friends took the cat. It was a baby kitten that was born outside, with her, but she ended up learning she has allergies to cats. So they're going to give the cat back to us, and since it's kind of really only grown up indoors, we feel really bad kind of just shoving it outdoors and being like, have fun. So we're thinking, okay, since Delaney is taking, that's my sister, since Delaney's taking Guppy with her, Obama's not going to have a friend, and he loves having a friend. We're going to bring in this other cat, and, whatever. I mean, Lucky honestly isn't that big of a maintenance thing for my family. Obviously, I'm not there to take care of him. When I am home, I do take care of him. But he's really not that big of a maintenance problem. He doesn't pee as much as he used to because he's locked in my room. But, like, you just got to feed him, clean out his litter box every so often, maybe give him a pat or two. Otherwise, he literally just lays on my bed and under my sheets all day. That's the kind of cat he is. Until I get back home, then he'll bother me at 3 a.m, like, open the door, dude. You know you want to. And I'll be like, no, I know I do not want to. Because he'll just go pee on the carpets again. And I don't want to have to clean that up. I'm sorry, man. So go to bed. But yeah, that's the situation right now. And then, like I said, we have like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 cats outside. So we used to have a lot more cats, but some grew up, they left the yard, some got run over, which is just a terrible thing. But yeah, we have a lot of cats, is my point. And I guess I'll tell the story about how we brought Obama into the house. So. Obama's not an old cat, by the way. Man. His birthday is in May. I think it's May the 4th. Literally May the 4th. Isn't that funny? Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know when Guppy's birthday is because she's the newest cat. But Obama's is May the 4th. Obviously, like, May the 4th be with you or whatever. Lucky's birthday is on Christmas. His birthday is literally Christmas. I think he's turning 8 this year, maybe 7. I'm thinking it might be 8. I think he's turning 8 this year. He's getting pretty old. I didn't even realize that. Wow. Oh boy. So yeah, he's turning 8. Obama is like 1. And Guppy is not even a year old. So we have some pretty young cats. But the thing about Lucky is that he was taken off the streets on Valentine's Day, and so his original name was Valentino. That was his original name. But when we adopted him, or saved him or whatever, we saved him on St. Patrick's Day. And so we changed his name to Lucky. And his birthday is on Christmas. So he just happens to coincide with all these holidays. He's a red and white cat. He has blue eyes, so we say, oh, Independence Day, because he's red, white, and blue. And he's an absolute demon devil cat, so, Halloween or whatever. So he does legitimately have real things on holidays, but we just call him a holiday cat every so often. All right, really, that's just me. The rest of my family doesn't particularly care about him all that much because he hates everybody except for me. But yeah. Anyway, Obama. How did we bring in Obama? By the way, the only reason he is named Obama is because he was born when Obama as a meme, or Obama was a meme. He wasn't even president. Trump was president when Obama was born. But Obama had just become a very big meme, there is no meme, take off your clothes, that kind of meme. And so I was really into that because I just thought it was hilarious. So I was like, let's name a cat after our 44th president, not because of anything, just because I thought that was just really funny. So I named him Obama. My family was like, really? Really? And I was like, absolutely yes. 100% this is happening right now. And it's stuck. My mom calls him Obi. I mean, he's really become my mom's cat because she absolutely loves him. But I don't know. I still call him Obama because that's his name. It's hilarious. Just any situation where I bring up this cat to somebody, they're like, oh, what's his name? I'm like, his name is Obama. Barack. Well, no, not Barack. Obama. And they're just like, wait, like the president? I'm like, exactly like the president, yes. Salute your 44th president. He's just a very handsome cat, too. He gets all the ladies. I guarantee it. If he wasn't neutered, he would get all the ladies. Anyway, we brought him into the house. So he was very social. Just a very, very social cat when he was a kitten. And my parents were off in North Carolina because they were looking at a house up there. And they were going to buy it because real estate and whatever. And so I was alone. They took my sister with me because it was summer. I stayed home because I was taking a summer course, like nerds do. And I was taking a summer course in architecture. I wasn't even in. Well, I mean, I got accepted to the university that I am currently in. But I was like, I'll take a summer course before I even get there, kind of gauge the waters. It was a relatively fun course. It was hell because it was like a semester long class compressed into 6 weeks, which was just, oh my God, so much work. But yeah, I literally woke up, went to class, and then worked the rest of the day for 6 weeks. That was it. And weekends too, because architecture is basically like, oh, this is what you have to have by this date, and then we will critique you, and then you will improve upon it, or we will say it sucks, and you have to redo the whole thing. It's literally that. It's rough. It's rough. You gotta learn not to take it personally, basically. But it's hard not to because they might just be like, this is an interesting choice. It's not one that I don't think anybody would have made or whatever. Something like some really backhanded compliment. Anyway. I was taking a summer course, and I was still at home, and they were like, you know what? He's so friendly. You love him. I love him. This cat is my cat. This cat is your cat from California to the New York Island or whatever. Bring him inside. And I was like, cool. This is a 6, maybe 7-week-old kitten that we're talking about. Like peak rambunctious age. And I alone, in the middle of probably the hardest class that I had taken at that point, even for a summer class. Like, I took 4 APs my senior year. And I took statistics my senior year, along with 3 other AP classes: AP Statistics, AP Calc BC, AP Literature, and what was the last AP that I took? AP Physics. Those were my 4 APs. 4 of the probably the most work-oriented AP classes you could take. And this summer course was worse than all of those. Not to mention, I had like 4 extracurriculars in 11th and 12th grade. And on top of all honors classes, I was president of like 3 organizations. The point is, my life was super busy in high school. And this one class had me working on the clock 24/7 for 6 weeks. And that's essentially what I was talking about at the very beginning of our podcast. Here, tiny mic, very tiny mic. Is that I have been working my ass off here since I got here, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning kind of stuff. It lives up to the name, Architorture. I'm just put that out there. But my family was like, okay, he's a 6-week-old kid, bring him in, take care of him yourself. That was a bad decision, man. That was a bad decision. He wanted so much attention. So much attention. It was insane. I put him in the bathroom because that's what we've done for literally all the kittens that we brought in the house. They grow up for a couple weeks in the bathroom before we let them out into the house so that they can learn to use the litter box and food bowls, that kind of stuff. So I put him in the bathroom and he would meow his ass off at night until he meowed himself to sleep, which is not. I mean, it's sad to think of, but it's just kind of a normal thing. And so during the day, I had another litter box and other food bowls in the room where I took my classes. Originally it was like an extra room, like it was a nursery room for when my sister and I were babies. And then it turned into a storage room for the very early part of my life after I didn't need it as a nursery anymore. And then after that, it became a game room because my parents were like, here, have a gaming computer. And I was like, fuck yes, gaming, let's go. And then after that, my childhood kind of died a little bit, and it became a studio room for me to do work in. Because every man needs a cave. It's a stupid proverb or whatever it's called, but whatever. And so I had an extra litter box in there, and I had extra food and water in there for him, so that during the day when I'm working on my computer, he can be in there with me. He can sleep on the extra chair that I have in there, or he can sleep in my lap. And I have hundreds of pictures of him sleeping in my lap and whatnot when he was a kid, and then I was just working or whatever. He was adorable. I love him. But yeah, he would just like run around the room constantly for like 4 hours, and then he'd tucker himself out and fall asleep in my lap, and I'd be like, yes, finally, I can get some work done. But that's how I handled the situation. When they came back, I was like, great, cool. I still got 3 more weeks of this course. You can take care of him for the rest of the time. I beg of you, please. Please. And they kind of did. He ended up being in that room with me a lot because we, once again, didn't want to leave him in the cold bathroom. And, he wasn't ready for the house until the very end of that course that I took. So, yeah, that's how we brought him in the house. And it was, a little bit torturous for me, but it worked. I got through it. But, yeah. Those are my cats, and I love them to death. When I was very young, we had a cat named Toonsis. He was alive before I was born, and he was a great cat too. Once, like my sister, I think, got born, he became a bit naughty. Maybe that was the other cat, Tom. I wasn't around for Tom, but Toonsis kind of became a grumpy cat around, not the literal grumpy cat, but a bit of a grumpy goose. Around his old age. But he was a great cat. I remember playing with him a lot. He knew how to fetch. Literally fetch. It was great. Obama knows how to fetch too, by the way. There's a video on my phone of him, my mom throwing a little plush toy across the room, and he sprints after it, grabs it in his mouth, and brings it back up into the chair where my mom was sitting. It's fantastic. It was adorable. It was super cute. But yeah, Toonsis was like the first real cat that I had relationships with. I can go. I'll just go through the whole timeline of cats in my life. I'll exclude the outdoor cats because there's been dozens of outdoor cats. I'm gonna take a sip here. By the way, let me do a little Well, just get this ASMR real quick. Thank you to the people that are watching this. I very much appreciate it. I'm just babbling about really anything that comes to my mind for the last hour. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. If you don't already follow me on Twitch, consider following me on Twitch. That'd be great. You don't have to, obviously, but I'd appreciate it if you did. Anyway, timeline of cats inside my house. I was born on September 11th, 2000. No. I actually was born in 2001, but I was born on September 6th, 2001. So I'm 20 years old. I know I look like I'm in my late 20s because I got a bald spot and whatnot. I am like 5 or 6 years my age I look 5 or 6 years plus my age, which is really sad. Ladies. No. Anyway, I was born September 6th, 2001, 5 days before the tragedy. But the first cat that I had really any contact with was Toonsis. Drop the mic again. That's the first contact I had with a cat. First cat. I didn't, obviously I don't remember a lot about him because I was literally an infant, toddler baby. I mean, I remember a little bit about him, like I was mentioning earlier, because he was alive when I was 6 or 7, and I do have memories from that. But anyway, that was the cat. He was there. And then the next cat after him, there was a little bit of lull for a while, is Elphaba, the cat that we had recently, sadly, put down. And she was, once again, born out in our yard. She was actually born, or maybe she was born somewhere else, but the mother of Elphaba, who I do not remember the name of, it might have been Pizza Woman. I named a lot of our cats in our yard, and I like eccentric names. So we had Sugar, Pizza Woman, we had Cat and Chup, we had Batman and Robin, all that kind of stuff. Obama. Anyway, Elphaba, we found her in her litter in the hood of my mother's car. We heard meowing before we went off to school one day, and we opened the trunk, or not the trunk, but the hood of the car, and we see a nest of kittens. So we were like, "Dad, come save these little fucks, please." Obviously, we didn't word it like that. Sorry. Anyway, he saved them, and my sister fell in love with this one cat, and we didn't have a cat in the house at the time. So we brought Elphaba in. She became my sister's cat. She was a very scaredy cat, as I mentioned. She was a bit of a ghost, kind of. Come Elphaba, there were different qualifiers for our cats, and I'll explain them after I explain the timeline of cats. But she was the ghost cat. She hid behind the washer and dryer. She really only liked my sister per se. She was afraid of me until her later years. But she absolutely adored my sister, and my sister adored her. So she was the cat that came after Toonsis. After Elphaba, really not after Elphaba. By the way, when I say after, I don't mean the cat before left. Elphaba was in the house until very recently. So all the cats that I mentioned from now on are still around except for Toonsis and Elphaba. So after Elphaba came in, she was still in our house. When then Lucky came in, and Lucky was a gift to me from my parents, because I think I was in 7th grade. It might have 7th or 8th grade. Oh Jesus, 7th or 8th grade. That to think that was 8-9 years ago now. That's insane to me. Let's see, 7th grade. I was 11. No, I was old for my grade. So I was 12 and I was 13. So 8 years ago is when, yeah, so I guess he would have been 8 years old. Wow. 7 or 8 years ago. That's insane to think that this happened. I can remember it like it was yesterday. Anyway, Lucky came in because it was a gift to me. I was doing the spelling bee, and my dad was like, "You're gonna win, right?" And I was like, "Well, I won this." When I was in a little tangent here, when I was in elementary school, I got made fun of this because it legitimately is funny to be made fun of because of it was stupid, really stupid. Anyway, I did spelling bees in fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth grade because that's when I could do them. And my parents were like, yeah, it helps you expand your spelling skills. It helps you, know how to spell and whatnot. And that's important. You don't need to know the definitions per se, but it helps you be able to formulate and how to spell words you might not know. You get to learn the patterns, even though nowadays I kind of suck at spelling. Regardless, that's what they thought, and so I did them. And in fourth grade, I did the spelling bee, and I was like, I'm gonna, whatever. I was the third person to go in the spelling bee. I was the first one out. I misspelled the word twig, and I spelled it Twige. Twig, for those academics out there, does not have an E at the end. So for the rest of the time that I was in elementary school, I was made fun of because I misspelled the word twig. Nowadays, I don't really care about it all that much. A lot of my friends know about it. A lot of now whoever's watching this knows about it. Whatever, it doesn't affect me nowadays. I was literally like 8. And so the year after that, 5th grade, I was in the spelling bee again. Honestly, I could only go up from where I was the year before. I was 5th. I was 5th to go. I was like the 5th one out, but I did better that year. I don't remember the word that I misspelled. I think it was contents, maybe. Something like that. Anyway, my parents were just proud of me because I did not get out first. And I mean, my dad was a little bit like, you should have done better. We spent a lot of time studying those words, but I wasn't the first one out. Anyway, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, I did not get out because I won every single one of them. And funny enough, they ended the spelling bee competitions at my middle high school because my high school also had middle school, and I went to it all 7 years. They canceled it like the year after because they were like, yeah, you won it too many times. That was it. They just stopped doing it. So I was like, cool. Or maybe they still did it. They just didn't send people to nationals or whatever, or states, whatever. Anyway, I won them all, and as like a gift for kind of winning the one in 6th grade, why don't you attach the mic to your headphone? Because I have one on my headset, and it's the one I usually use. But this is kind of like a gimmick, so I'm just kind of doing it. Plus, it's fun to swing around and whatnot. I don't know. Holding it makes me feel comfy, so I don't know. So yeah, as a gift to me for winning the first spelling bee and like hope that I would win the second one, which I did, and then I also won the third one that year. And so I got Lucky. Lucky is the cat that I was talking about earlier. He came after Elphaba. They lived together for a while. But Lucky didn't get along with anybody. Elphaba didn't get along with everybody. Your waving makes the sound go in and out. Yes, I know the sound and the audio are not great. The sound is supposed to not be good because it's a $5 tiny microphone. It's kind of the gimmick. And I know my video is not great because it's a built-in camera. I addressed this earlier. I'm thinking about getting a webcam because I am not currently at my regular setup. I am at college, so I know it looks like shit. I know it probably sounds like shit. Sorry, not sorry. So 4th grade, no, 7th grade. Yeah, okay. So Lucky came in. Elphaba and him didn't get along. Elphaba didn't get along really with anybody. She's a scaredy cat, like I mentioned. Lucky's a dick. So Elphaba went up into my sister's room for the rest of her life. What was I saying? Oh, right, yeah. I'm losing my train of thought. Probably because I'm like, for this week, I didn't sleep Monday night. Let me just put that out there. Sunday night, I didn't get much sleep. I probably got like 5 hours of sleep. Monday night, I didn't sleep at all. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, me, really. So, like, from Monday into Tuesday, I had gone for like 36 hours without sleep. It sucked. And then I got like I probably got 8 Tuesday night. And then last night, I got probably like another 5. So I'm running on 18 hours of sleep for 4 days now in the week. That's not good, man. It's not good. But Yeah, that's probably why I'm losing my train of thought a bit. Anyway, Lucky came after Elphaba. Elphaba went into my sister's room, which really wasn't a problem for Elphaba because she kind of just hid wherever she wanted to, and she only liked my sister, so we put her up there. So really, Lucky kind of owned the house. I think you have a great radio personality. Oh, well, thank you very much, Cinnabon888. By the way, 888, love that. 8 is my favorite number. Just to say that. Oh yeah. And don't be don't be self-conscious about losing your train of thought. Trust me, I'm not. I know I am both smart and stupid at the same time. So I'm right in that sweet spot, baby, right there. Okay, so Lucky came in. He kind of owned the house for a while, and by a while I mean like 7 years, 8 years, probably closer to 6, because yeah, 6 years ish. 6 years, and so for a while we were like, oh yeah, he doesn't like anybody except for you, Owen. And I was like, I know, I love it. Leave him alone. He's my cat. And then, like I said, we brought Obama in, and Lucky kind of just, he was in the house at the same time, but he was peeing a little bit more often because he didn't want to share his territory with another cat. So he went up into my room. Once again, not really a big deal. He really only liked me. He was a very lazy cat anyway. So he put him up there. Obama had the house to himself for not even 6 months, probably. Well, no, probably about 6 months, let's be honest. And Guppy came in. And that's where we are today. Guppy and him share the house. Guppy is going to move out when my sister moves out. So that's just going to leave Lucky. And yeah, Obama. Yes, I see Oba what now? Yeah, one of my cat's names is Obama. This is because he was born at the height of like when Obama was a meme. Like, I love memes. I love memes. There is no meme. Take off your clothes. Those kind of Obama memes are when like Call Me Carson was like joking about him constantly in his videos. And by joking, I mean just like as a meme, like I'm Obama, I'm the president of the United States, that kind of stuff. That's when Obama was born, and he was literally the only reason I named him Obama is, well, two reasons really. I named him Obama because I just thought it was a really funny meme at the time, and because I just thought he was such a handsome, suave, like he had swagger. I swear, as a kitten, very social. He was just a great cat, or still is a great cat. So I named him Obama. Everybody was like, don't name him that. And I was like, fuck you, I'm going to name him that. And so he has, that's his name. But yeah, that's the order of cats in my life. I've had more than those five cats in my life, because I've also been pretty close with the ones outside. We had a ton throughout my life outside, some for longer periods, some for shorter periods. Shorter periods because I live on the corner of two streets back at home, so yeah, there's a lot of traffic, and sometimes, curiosity can really do a dent into a cat, if you know what I mean. So some lived long, some didn't. I think the best outdoor cat that we ever had was named TARDIS. Once again, another one of my names. This is when I was really into Doctor Who. I haven't really watched it in a while now, but I heard there's a female doctor. No, I'm kidding. I don't care if she's a female or not. That was a stupid joke. So we named the cat TARDIS. It was a girl. She was a great cat. She was very social, and for the longest time, we were like, why don't we bring her inside? Don't use the word female. Yeah, the female is a curse word. I'm sorry. I can't use that. I'm so sorry. No, but she was a great outdoor cat. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, guess what? I'm talking about cats a lot. Well, I showed this earlier, but where is it? Yeah, this shirt is a cat shirt. It is a very artistic rendering of a cat shirt. I like cats. That's all I got. I'm Shaft Cat. I like cats. It's just who I am. It's just who I am. It's who I am. It is. You are very perceptive, Cinnabon. It is a Starry Night inspired cat shirt. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Love it. Nice wardrobe. I just hit my knee on my desk. You know what's fun? These little shitty desks that the college dorms give every dorm. It's so small. Like, okay, I'm going to measure it with my arms. I'm going to bring it up. Okay, I'm not in frame. That's how big the opening is for my desk. I'm 6'5". I can't fit on an airplane most times, and they expect me to fit into this desk. It's insane. Shit, what was I talking about? I was talking about cat. Oh, right, TARDIS was like the best outdoor. I keep going on tangents. TARDIS was the really great cat. She had like a very raspy meow, but whatever. She was a great outdoors cat, and we were thinking, let's bring her inside. We might do that. Why not? She was in our yard for probably 5-6 years, if I had to guess. And we were gonna bring her inside, thinking, oh, you know what? We could always, she's just so social. She's such a very kind cat. A little shy when you first approach her, but she's so kind. She rubs up against you. Great cat. But this is the time when it was just lucky in the main part of the house. Alphaba was up in my sister's room, as I mentioned earlier. So, we were like, Lucky won't get along with her. But we were on the path to letting her in the house because she just loved everybody. And then she disappeared. Literally just gone. Don't know what happened. She just, we honestly were like, oh man, she died, didn't she? She probably got hit by a car or something, but we never found a body, so it was very, very strange. Probably like 7-8 months go by, and she's back out of nowhere. We're like, TARDIS? Is that you? TARDIS. In hindsight, we shouldn't have said Tardy as a nickname because it's a little it's just just a little kind of no. But we were like, are we sure that's her? Like, she's just been missing for 7 months. Are we supposed to nice? Are we supposed to suspect that this cat is just her? So we say, TARDIS. She comes trotting over. We hear that raspy meow, and we're immediately like, where the fuck have you been? You just disappeared. And then, like, a week later, she's gone again, and I haven't seen her since. So I'm hoping she's fine. It's been like a year since I last saw her, but I mean, she was always survival of the fittest. do the thing, the nice thing. Nice. I feel like this is gonna be a very good ASMR mic. And I actually have an idea for an ASMR kind of thing. Because I tried a bag of chips earlier, and by earlier this week, I mean like 2 days ago. Because on campus, what we have to do on campus here is every week we have to do a COVID test on campus. And think about, campus or whatever is you got to incinerate this bot. Yeah, you know what? It's time. I actually don't know how. That's the cool thing. Isn't that great? Oh, bam. There we go. Yeah. Get out of here, bro. Get out, bro. Like, what are you doing in my chat, bro? Bro, get stepping, my man. Yeah. Yeah, can you leave? There we go. That was stupid. Anyway, bot gone. Destroyed. What was I talking? Oh, yeah, COVID test. So the thing about my campus is to be here, to actually come to campus, which you kind of have to because most classes are in person now, you had to get vaccinated to come to campus, which is fine. I didn't care, honestly. I was for the vaccine. If you're not vaccinated yet, get vaccinated, please, for the benefit of everybody. If you don't believe in the vaccination, you have the right to that belief. I'm not going to pressure you to, but may I just suggest, as someone whose family has an immunocompromised person, get vaccinated if you haven't already. It's like been a year since the vaccine came out. So I've been vaccinated fully and boosted. That's how much I believe in the vaccine. And guess what? I am not magnetic. This is a metal microphone. It's not sticking to me. I could drop it. Like I'm not magnetic. And I definitely don't have autism. Actually, no, I don't. I'm joking. I don't have autism, so please if those are the things that are deterring you from getting the vaccine, I'll say relatively healthy guy. I say relatively because like look at the double chin on me, like oof, come on. Just get vaccinated. Anyway, to come to campus, you had to get vaccinated. And 94% of the campus is vaccinated. There are some people that cannot get vaccinated due to health issues, which is a legitimate legitimate reason not to get vaccinated, or it's against your religious beliefs. That one I don't believe in so much. I'm not a religious guy at all. But I don't understand why a religion would keep you from getting vaccinated and staying safe from a pandemic. But whatever. I guess some people use that as a cop out. So, but the majority, almost all the people on campus are vaccinated. And so to make sure, because the Delta variant, which the vaccine does apply-ish to the vaccines that went out. Hear that? Yeah, crack-a-lacka. The Delta variant. Anyway, that came up over the summer. Oh yeah. I actually have a story about the summer, which has to do with that poster on the door over there, which I'll talk about after. But you have to get a vaccine every week. Is my point. Where am I leading this? Oh, right, the bag of chips. Wow, what a tangent. Actually, no, this has to do with the story. Anyway, every week you gotta get vaccinated on campus. My testing days, that's what they're called when you go, not vaccinated, excuse me, tested for COVID. You do that little nose swab thing. I just picked my nose. It's actually really gross. I have napkins over here. It's disgusting. You have to get tested every week to make sure that you, don't have COVID or if you're sick or whatever. So my testing days, that's what they're called, are on Tuesdays, which was 2 days ago. 2 days ago, the closest site for me to get tested is a community center for the campus, which is like a 7-minute walk from where I am right now, or 10, 15-minute walk from where most of my classes are, which is not that far from where I am right now. That's why I live here. And in that community center, not only are there a bunch of like study rooms and whatnot, and a mail room where I get all my packages, but there is also a convenience store that also has like a bit of a restaurant kind of thing going on. It's great, honestly. It's got cereal, it's got milk. They have eggnog. I like eggnog personally, so I'm excited to try that come December because I also respect holidays and their months like October, that is spooky month, that is only for Halloween. November is like, fall or whatever, Thanksgiving month. Obviously, I'm ready to get into December because Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. Not so much because of the decorations and whatnot. That does add a little bit to it. I personally do not like having to decorate my entire house. Like my family goes balls to the walls when it comes to Christmas decorations. But I really like just kind of like the mood of December. It's holiday season, lots of nostalgia, that kind of stuff. Holy shit, this was supposed to be a story about bags of chips. Fuck, what was I talking about? The community center. Oh, convenience store. Eggnog. That's how I went on the tangent. I'm ready to... Anyway, I saved eggnog for December because that is a Christmas drink to me. So I'm excited to have some eggnog come December. Is my point here. But in that convenience store, I got a roll of sushi because I like sushi. Relatively low in caloric intake. So I got that. I was like, I should probably have something else with it. There's like cucumber and shit in it, so I guess that's a vegetable. Well, what else should I have? So I grabbed these bag of chips. I don't remember the name. They're like some popcorn chip kind of thing, lightly salted or whatever. Oh my god, these things were bussin'. Ugh, they were so good. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ, so good. And I was really excited to eat it. Like I ate there's 3 servings in a bag. I ate all 3 servings, which obviously is not the healthy thing to do, but it was just really goddamn good chip. So I ate it. Basically, this is a story on just how unhealthy I am. But yeah, I ate those chips. Very good. Why was I talking about the chips? Oh, right, because I'm thinking about doing a video. about the chips. Because something I do on the YouTube channel that I share with my friends, and this is kind of weird. We have a YouTube channel, so like, come the end of high school, I was in that class that didn't really get to have a real senior year because it got cut in half by COVID. And so like we were like, you know what, to stay together through this pandemic and after high school, like into college, let's have a group. Let's have a group YouTube channel. We all like gaming. We're gamers. We're based. Yo, Gamer Nation, rise up. I got gamer subs right up there. I'm a gamer, man. I like gaming. I dabble in the art of gaming a little bit, you know. Jesus. We decided to make this gaming YouTube channel, which really has mostly just become one of my friends who has a lot of free time on his hands gaming. Joaquin. Shout out to Joaquin and Team Buster. And every so often, I kind of post my own independent videos. Sometimes my friends play with my friend Joaquin. My other friends play with my friend. And they kind of do their own thing. I'm not interested in those games all that much, if I'm being honest. That's just me. But I post my own videos. Anyway, that's where like this is gonna go. But recently, I have been doing like product reviews of certain products. Like the first thing I did was Ocean Spray's cran grape juice. The last one I did, I've only done two, is Larabars. I still don't know if that's. I think that is the correct pronunciation. Larabars. It was like their peanut butter chocolate chip breakfast bar or whatever. And the thing about Ocean Spray is like I liked Ocean Spray's cran grape. I like cranberry juice. I said that in the video like 15 times. I'm not a huge fan of grape juice. I'll drink it, but you know. So I was surprised that it tasted good. The grape vastly outshined the cranberry in that juice, I remember. But it was surprisingly good to me for some reason. So I created like a 10-minute video, 7-minute video, something like that, where I just ranted about the drink, or more raving about it, honestly. And then the Larabar video was like a 12-minute video where I was just shitting on the Larabar company, somewhat, like, because they have products that I've had and that I've liked, like the cookie dough chocolate chip breakfast bars, which does not sound like a breakfast bar flavor, by the way. It sounds like an ice cream flavor, which if you watch the video, you'll realize is kind of the inspiration for some of the flavors. I like that bar, but the peanut butter chocolate chip bar sucks ass. It is so bad. And so I was shitting on that for 12 minutes. That's essentially what it was. So I want to make another like product review video of those chips that I had. It just requires me to go to that place, and you know I don't have to go there until next Tuesday, or unless I get a package, which I should have no reason to get a package anyway anytime soon. But yeah, that this is so stupid that I'm talking about this. I know what I could talk about. Oh, I said to talk about the poster thing behind me. Because I was talking about the Delta variant earlier. So, over about time that I put this in my mouth. Taste like metal. And I probably should have washed that before I put it in my mouth, because I literally just took it out of the packaging and plugged it into my computer. Poopy butt farts. Right. Isn't that a valid point? No. Crap. Poster. Right. Okay. After my first year of college, I'm a sophomore in college. The year before I did that class, that's where I brought in my cat, Obama. I already talked about that. So the year after the summer after my first year, my first summer in college or whatever, I went back home, and I really didn't have anything to do. I had a job where I worked on a construction site and made like $10 an hour. I didn't make a shitload of money, but I made a decent amount of money for me to be comfortable with if I want to buy shit. They paid me in PayPal, which I guess is fine, but PayPal doesn't work with Amazon, so it kind of sucks ass. But whatever. I made a decent amount of money there. On top of that, I had nothing else to do my entire summer. I would game. yeah, that was essentially it. I had nothing to do. I could see some of my friends. Most of them were not in town per se, or I think I got together like once with my friends over the summer. It's kind of shit, not gonna lie. But I had the opportunity, which I talked to my old theater director in high school. I'm really good friends with him. He's like my theater mentor. Just my mentor in general. He's a great guy. I love him to death. Anyway, the spring semester, the end of my first year, I got a call from him saying like, "Hey, thinking about creating a theater company." I do theater, by the way, just to preface this whole story. I've done it for like 7, 8 years now. Just to, as a preface, like I said, he called me. He was like, "I'm thinking about creating a theater company and doing a show over the summer." And I literally just stopped him there. I was like, "Whatever you're about to say, yes, I am in. I want to do it. Abso-fruitly-tootly-lootly. Yes. I don't know what the show is. I don't know what you want me to do yet, but I will do it. Yes." And so I did that over the summer too. That's what this poster is. That's the poster from the show with everybody who's in the cast that signed it. So he created a new theater company in Miami, which is where I'm from and live, and called Miami Theatreworks. If you look up the website, you will find my face on the website page as one of the cast members. He gave me 2 jobs, kind of 2.5 because I also helped with PR a bit. But my 2 real jobs where I was really, one of the jobs was kind of I say 2 jobs because it's kind of, one is in a broad category and one is specifically one other job. But one of the jobs was kind of multiple things. So I was set designer for the show, which means the entire set I designed and came up with. I also ordered all the materials for the set and constructed the entire set. I had a construction team that I managed and everything. So I say I was set designer, but I was also the set builder and construction manager for the entire show. So it's technically more than one job, but one job is what we call it. My other job was actually acting in the show. The show that we did was Title of Show. I wouldn't say old. It's actually one of the newer Broadway shows. I say newer. It was only on Broadway for like a year in 2008. It's a super niche show. And I was Hunter in the show. Hunter is a gay man based on a real life character who wrote and directed a show with his friend Jeff. And yeah, that was it. Yeah. I say that was it, but I mean, the thing is, we were in the middle of doing this whole thing, and okay. I see what you made, Cinnabon. I'm going to flash it up on screen. I'm gonna go to my stream page. Oh wow, I have 4 people watching. That's like a lot for me. That's the speedrunner timer. Sorry. I'm gonna pull this up because this is literally the best thing someone has ever done for me. Shoot, what is it? Display capture? Yes. Wrong one. Wrong display. Display 2. Look at that. Isn't that great? Look at that. It's me. And there's the tiny. Oh, it's blocked completely by my. Whoops. There we go. Look at that. That's awesome. Thank you, Cinnabon. Oh man, Can I? You can't. Yeah, I know. I just changed it. You'll see it in a second. I want to follow you. You're my friend now. That's awesome, dude. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you for that. Look at that, guys. That's sick. First episode of my podcast, and someone has already drawn me. That's freaking amazing. Oh, the shirt and everything, the hoodie, like, that's great. Dude, I'm going to make this like my profile picture or something. I love that. I'm keeping that up. That's staying on my computer. That's awesome. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that a lot. By the way, drop a follow if you like what you're seeing. But that's great. That's definitely going to become my profile picture for like Instagram or something. I absolutely love that. Thank you. Hey, there it is. Oh wow, I need to change that. That needs to move. Whoops. Alert box needs to move up. I apologize. Um, okay, that should be fine. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh right, the show. So in the middle of the show, we're like, oh, this is gonna be so cool. We're gonna do a show. It's a real theater production, professional theater company kind of thing. And all of a sudden, COVID's just like, boom, have a second variant, bitch. And the Delta variant just absolutely raged through. And if you're from the U.S., you know Florida is the penis of America, may I add, is full of crackheads, especially Miami. So we did not exactly handle the COVID situation well, and so COVID was just it still is like just really bad in Miami. So awesome, thanks Florida, and we were like, well, we're screwed, right? We might need to cancel this thing that we worked on. And granted, okay, so here's how we like did the entire process. So the whole summer you had to memorize your lines. You had to come 90 when we did rehearsals, which is like the week before the shows were scheduled. Literally a week before we did all the shows. That's when all the choreography and blocking for the show came together, and a lot of the music too. Otherwise, before that, you were supposed to come 90% memorized. That's how it went. But for me, since I was the designer of the set and construction manager, I had to work 3 weeks before we even met as a group because I had to finalize the design, buy the materials, and construct the entire set. That includes painting. That was a 3 week process. I have like 4 videos from different days throughout the process, each 3 hours long, that I compressed into like 5 minutes as like a speed thing, like a time lapse. That's what they're called. Of us just working from like 10 in the morning to 10 at night, 12-hour days working on this set. So not only did I have to memorize all this stuff, I also had to construct the set and all this stuff. And on top of this, I also had my other construction job where I was getting called in to do, I think at that point I was working on, setting columns for a fence on the perimeter of the property, which is a lot of work because these are some heavy columns that you're carrying and heavy bags of concrete that you're setting in. So that was a pain in the ass, to say the least. Anyway, so I had all this shit going on. And when the Delta variant came, it was like around when I was in the middle of constructing the set or whatever. We hadn't even met to like go through blocking and choreography and whatnot. And so I was like, God damn it. Everybody's put a decent amount of work into this show already, but me probably the most because I have constructed and designed a lot of shit, dude. And we ended up putting on the show regardless. The theater that we did it in. Sorry, I need a sip of refreshing ice. The theater we did it in was like we'll go to 70% capacity. This is a relatively new variant. It ended up hitting pretty hard, but regardless, they were like, we'll do 70%, and the director and the producer, different people, were like, they agreed. We're gonna continue putting on this show. We're just gonna trudge through it. We'll tell everybody actors are fully vaccinated, which we all were. Everybody that was included in the process of putting on the show, construction crew, actors, stage management, crew, everybody was vaccinated. Even the producers, who really didn't do much other than fund the thing, were vaccinated. So everybody was vaccinated. And we told the audience that, and we said, we encourage you to wear masks, please, to keep the actors safe and everybody else in the theater. After the show, you will be able to see the actors. They will have masks on. So we were being very careful still while putting on the show. And once we opened tickets up probably a couple weeks before the show, which we probably should have had them, ready to go a while before that. But the website for our theater company wasn't even finished. That's regardless of the point. Smelly Mike. Oh, stinky. Shoot. Damn it, I lost my train of thought again. I need to get like a little toy train or whatever to represent my train of thought. And every time I lose it, I just gotta like punch it or some shit. I don't know. Right, the show. So like for the first, we opened it up like 3 weeks before. The first 2 weeks before the performances, there were 7 performances of the show. Professional theater show. I think we had 7 performances. The total amount of tickets that we had sold were like 63 tickets. 2 weeks before, a week before the show, we had sold 60 tickets. I mean, the theater at 70% capacity probably could fit 100 people a night. So that's 700 tickets in total-ish, and we had sold 60 in total. That's not even 10% of the tickets. And so we were like, well, right? We were just like, this is going to be bad. This is going to be, or excuse me, I say 700. The theater could not fit 100 people. It was, well, no, it wasn't 100. It was less than 100. But the point is, we had sold significantly less tickets total than what we could have fit throughout our full run. And we were like, well, goddamn. I mean, we worked hard to put this show on. Even if we have 4 people in one night, well, we're going to put on a hell of a show for them. The 3 days before we put on our first performance, 3 days before, overnight, tickets skyrocket. I'm talking a 3-time double in sales. I mean, at that point, 3 days before, I think we had sold, 100 odd tickets, probably a little bit more. In the 2 days after that, literally 3-4 times. I think at the end we had end up selling 550 tickets or whatever. So yeah, the theater definitely didn't fit. Oh yeah, no, COVID capacity, right? So yeah, we couldn't have a full theater. Regardless, we ended up selling 4 out of the 7 nights, selling out completely, which is insane. And it just skyrocketed. So we're like, God damn, that's poggers. Anyway, we were super excited about it, and like the director wrote me, and he was like, "Hey, I'm just checking. Did like you or like did the producer pad the tickets sales so like people seem like they're interested?" And I was like, "Dude, I got no idea. Let me check." And the answer is no. It's because the PR director that was helping us had apparently gotten some like, I don't know, club or whatever, wherever we were putting on the show. And the guy was like, I got this. All right, I got this. I know what I'm going to do. And he pushed it out to basically everybody who was part of this society, which is apparently a fuckload of people. And tickets just out of nowhere. And we were like, oh yeah, we're going to put on a show now, baby. Let's go. And it was just an incredible experience. My first professional production. And I love theater. Like I said, I've been doing it for 7-8 years. I got theater posters all around my room. You can't see any of them, except for that one. But I got 3 over here. I got 2 over here. And after that, I was like, well, damn, that's great. Even with COVID raging, we were able to sell out 4 of the 7 shows. That's fantastic. We had great crowds for, a decent amount of them. And I was like, okay, I'm not a theater major. I'm minoring in theater, but I didn't have any theater classes for this upcoming semester ready to go. So I was like, I'm done with theater for basically an entire year. And even if I did theater classes, it's not like they're real theatrical productions and whatnot. And after high school ended, I was kind of sad because it had been a year since I had done a theater production. The last theater production the last real theater thing I did was God, what's it called? Technically online, but a video format of Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. And while it was kind of great, because originally it was scheduled to be a live performance, but COVID hit, the whole show got canceled, and we decided to just record pieces of the script and kind of edit it together. And it really wasn't that great in the end, to be honest. But that was the last real production I did. And before that, the last live production I did actually got cut in half. COVID hit, and we went into quarantine. We had 2 performances of the show. Matilda, I was Trunchbull, the angry lady that was like, "You filthy maggots! Oh, you disgusting children!" That kind of thing. And it got cut in half because of COVID, so we only did 1 performance. And that was the last real live thing. Anyway, it had been really a year since I had done a theater production, or I did a lot of musicals in my past. So a musical, I'll say musical. And when I got the opportunity to do title of show, I absolutely was just like, yes, I'm going to do it, obviously. So after that, I was ready. I was like, it's going to be like another year because I'm probably not going to be able to do another theatrical production until next summer. I'm just a busy guy. And I had totally forgotten about something I did 6 months prior. Not even 6 months prior, like probably 3 or 4 months prior. One of my classes I took was a class called Global Stages 2 at my university. And our final project for that class was you could do basically one of 3 things. And one of those 3 things was write a show yourself. You can write a show that surrounded one of these themes that we discussed in the class. So I was like, I'm not going to do a presentation. I'm 20 years old. I did a shitload of presentations in high school for classes and clubs and whatnot, and public speaking and shit. I was really tired of doing presentations. I know I have to do a shitload in the future. I mean, I basically have to do one every week as an architecture major. So I was like, I'm gonna write a play because I know I got the writing in me or whatever. It was stupid. And so I wrote a show. I submitted it. I got in the class. And like a week after that, we got an email from the professor saying like, hey, there's a 2021, 2022 lineup for our university for the Schwartz, which is the actual theater on campus, or the theater building that houses all there's like 5 or 6 different theater spaces in that building. If you want to, you could submit a show to produce. Cornell, my university, will produce the show, and by produce, it's really you're the one producing, but they'll give you money for it, and they'll put on the show. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll submit my show. So I submitted my show, which is a 27-page script. It's a 40 minute production. It's not a long show at all, but I submitted it, and in the middle of the performances, or was it before? No, it was in the middle of the performances for title of show. I got an email from my university saying, hey you, congrats. And I was like, thanks, university. I don't know what I did, but I'll take it. And then I read the rest of my email, and they said, you know what we did? You know what we went ahead and diddly-don dude? We took that show you wrote and submitted, and we're going to let you direct it and produce it on campus. That's what we're going to do. Suck on that one, buddy. And I was like, thank you, Papa University. I will 100% suck on that. I will suck real good. Thank you. This is weirdly sexual, but the point is they ended up, giving me the money to produce a show that I wrote, I designed. I did literally all the set design, costume design, all of that, me. I did all of the sound editing. I did all of the there was a projector in the show that projected pictures and videos of stuff. So all the videos and pictures and stuff I edited for the show. And on top of that, I was very hands-on in the production of the set. I had already done one with title of show. So I kind of knew what I was doing. And I also directed. So I did a lot for the show. I also produced it. So there was just a lot that I did for the show, and there was a lot that I managed. And that was the first show that I directed and wrote. And the posters over there on the wall, there have been articles written about it because it's the first show the university put on since they closed down the theater program for COVID. So yeah, that was just, I wasn't expecting to do anything for a year after title of show. And I get this email saying hey, you don't have to wait a year. You got to wait 2 months. Or not even. Well, yeah, no, 2 months because no, not even 2 months. Yeah. Because I got that email early August. I went back to school late August, and I went into production for the show on my birthday. So I had a month to put this show together, and I got it together. I have a video recording of the show, which I still have to edit, by the way. Sorry to all the people that are waiting for me to edit this video. But yeah, that's what I did. And it was awesome, and I loved it. It was great to put on a show that I wrote. My first directing experience, I did not act in the show. The show was a semi-autobiographical play, which basically means that it is loosely based on real-life events that happened in my life. And so I am not me. I did not play anybody in the show. I was the director. I did not act in the show. But there was a character based off me as a person that I casted somebody else for. But I decided, you know what? I'm not going to act in this one. I've only acted, and I've done some amazing singing. I mean, that was not the best example. But the point is, I've done a lot of acting so far. I've done like, I don't know. At that point, I'd probably done 17 shows in my life, which is a decent amount for, a high school career. So I was like, I'll direct this one, and that'll be cool. And I did. And I did a lot more than just direct. But, yeah, so now I don't know what I'm going to do for theater. I'm not currently enrolled in any theatrical classes. They do have productions on campus that they'll probably cast come spring, if I had to guess. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get involved with them because as an actor, there's less leeway because people are instructing you what to do rather than you instruct other people. So you have to be more rigorous to a schedule, which is with my classes that I do have. It's just I'm usually at my desk all the time. I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, like till 2 a.m. So there might be days that I can't make rehearsal and whatnot. But if I direct it, or I am producing it, I can basically just be like, you know what? We're not going to have rehearsal today because I am a busy motherfucker. So what I'm thinking about doing, the deadline for submitting new shows for next year, next school year, I mean, not 2022. Well, technically 2022 because it'll be the 2022-2023 year. I'm going to submit another play, which I am going to write over Thanksgiving and winter break. I have two other. Right after I wrote the show for the class that ended up getting produced, I wrote a series of monologues because why not? I then wrote another short show that's like that's probably like closer to 25-30 minutes. 2 characters, super simple set, comedy show. And then I started writing a much longer show, which is currently at like 43 pages. And because of, the amount of emphasis on the lines you put, it's probably closer to like, 45 minutes, maybe even 50 at the moment. It's not finished yet, but it's a pretty good show, I think. I might finish it. I don't know. I got really into it. That's why I wrote 43 pages in 3 days, may I add. It's probably riddled with spelling errors. I haven't checked that yet. But I was like, you know what? I could submit 2 of those, or I could write a new one. Just pull that shit out of my ass and throw it on stage, if they choose me. Which now I have street cred, so maybe they'll choose me. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna write a new show. I already have the concept for the show. I have the title already. It's gonna be a cool one. I think it's a very long title because it's an ironic title. I think it's called A Typical Drama with Absolutely No Funny Business at All. I think that's literally the title of the show that I'm going to write. A typical drama. A typical dramatic show. No, a typical dramatic play with no funny business at all. That's what it's called. And the point is that the show is, yes, it's going to be centered around this original dramatic play that I'm got to pull out of my ass. But it's not going to go very well. There's going to be a lot of funny business because I'm thinking, I can direct this, but another thing I can do is also act in it this time as the director of the show because I'm going to have things intentionally go wrong in the show that you might think is going to be a mistake. And so there's just going to be a lot of stupid, funny things happening, I think, that I'm very interested in. If you've ever seen like the Gone Wrong show or the Goes Wrong show or anything really by Mischief Theater. They're kind of the inspiration for what I'm going to write. And so I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be interesting coming up with all the technical, because there's definitely, I think, going to be a lot of technical, not contraptions per se, but I'll say contraptions for now because I can't think of anything else. That are going to be in that show that will function to make the show go wrong. There's going to be like edits and lines where like we're going to restart a scene and you're going to be like, why did they restart the scene? But in the script, it is specifically intended for them to restart the scene. Or what I like to do as a director, I did in my last show, is I like to sit in the audience and watch every performance. That's something a lot of directors do anyway to make sure the show goes right and whatnot. Sometimes they're managing other stuff. But so I'm thinking, you know what? Yeah, if I did that last time, wouldn't it be interesting if I opened up the show as myself, kind of like what Mischief Theater does with Chris Bean, and then throughout the show, I'm not acting in it like Chris Bean does, but I'm watching the show. The audience knows I'm watching the show, so I intervene, like, I don't know, a third of the way through the show, and I'm like, wait, hold on. You know that's not how we did that in rehearsal or whatever, right? And the whole, you know, audience is going to be like, what is happening? Oh my god, he just stopped the show. What's happening? Anyway, that's the whole point is like, they're going to think it's a regular show. Not really, because the title kind of gives it away. But like it's gonna start as a serious show and then quickly devolve into a bundle of chaos. And I think it's just gonna be really funny. I'm gonna have like actors switch roles out of nowhere. I think it's gonna be funny. I'm excited for it. I just gotta come up with the time to write it, which is why I'm gonna write it over my breaks. Maybe I'll do a writing stream. That would be interesting. Problem is, I would feel like I would need to keep everybody entertained while writing. And while I'm writing, what I like to do is play music really low, like to the point where I can barely hear it. But like if there is silence in the room, like you can barely hear it. Is my point. But it's there, so the room's not fully quiet if I am just not speaking to myself, which is something I do a lot. I actually had an interview after my last show, and I mentioned to the interviewer, and subsequently anybody that read the article, that I talk to myself quite a bit. What I like to do is address a fake audience. I don't know, it just helps me go through. Like if I need to think about something in my brain, what I like to do is pretend like I'm addressing the audience in a side or a monologue to myself, to the audience, whatever. I just address like, I know you all are there, and I know you're probably thinking, you're stupid, because you don't know what 9 plus 10 is. Well, the funny thing is, maybe I do know what 9 plus 10 is, and I think societal pressures are keeping me from saying the answer aloud, because I'm just such an absolute fucking unit. Like that kind of stuff. Like, I know the answer is 19, but society wants me to say 21. Like that kind of thing. I will literally say that to myself for absolutely no reason other than just to think out loud. That's the kind of thing that I do. I mentioned that. So I don't really want people to see that on stream because sometimes it gets weird. And if I'm writing something, I tend to do it a lot more to help me through the writing process. You kind of understand where I'm going with that. But yeah. So I'm going to submit a new play. Tiny microphone. You know what I need to do right now? I need to take a fat shit. Yep. That's what I gotta do. And I'm not gonna pause the stream. Also, I need to go make dinner. I have a dining hall in my dorm. Not in my dorm room, but in my dorm hall. I have a dining hall in it. And they close at 8. It is 8:30 where I am. So I've missed it. You're welcome. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is what I have is a backup, which is on that shelf behind me. I am going to either make ramen, like a stereotypical college student, or Chad thing. and eat one of the, or at least a third of the bag of edamame that I have in my freezer. And edamame is like a superfood because not only is it solid in fiber, and it's also kind of like a vegetable or legume or some shit, but it's also protein. So it's just like a superfood or some shit. You know, it'll keep me going through the night. I'll be strong when it comes to the morning. Also, I kind of want to get a good night's sleep because I'm behind on my sleep schedule. And you can probably tell because, you know, gross that goes. Isn't that gross, guys? Isn't that disgusting? Ew, gross. And now I'm putting it in my mouth. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end the podcast here. This has been awesome. Honestly, I really like this because I can just kind of talk my ass off and I can chat with people. I've had a surprisingly active chat for what I've had in my past. I've had more than 3 viewers the entire stream, which is awesome. Got a new follower. Shout out to Cinnabon888. Like, I love Cinnabons. I love the number 8. I absolutely fucking love the picture you drew of me. Absolute Chad, you are. It's just been a great stream. Only 2 hours long. Not even, well, yeah, by the time I end it, it'll be about 2 hours. But awesome stream, guys. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. I love this podcast. I came up with the idea literally 3 hours ago, and I made it happen quickly. So I'm really happy with everything that's happened here. I'm definitely going to do this again when I have the time. I have several finals coming up since the semester is coming to an end. So I don't know if I will be able to do this again. Maybe I'll do another one Sunday if I have the time. We'll see. Maybe Saturday. I don't know. We'll see. But I had fun. I'm actually thinking, after I go take my fat shit and cook the edamame, if I should come back and stream Minecraft. Or maybe I'll just play Minecraft alone. Kind of just chill a little bit. It's been a while since I've had some free time, so I enjoyed this. Yeah. Cool. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of the Tiny Mike podcast. I look forward to doing more. I look forward to having some guests on if people want to do this. I'm sure my sister will be like, yes, I want in on this. My friends, maybe not so much. But we'll see what I can do. We'll see if I can get a better camera. Yeah. I think we're done here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys around. Adios, mis amigos.